All database research should have a data management plan, some explicit and others implicit. As research projects grow in scope, complexity, and participating collaborators, explicit plans for how data will be managed throughout the research lifecycle have become increasingly important. Regardless of whether or not a written data management plan is required by a potential sponsor as part of a proposal, it is essential to have a plan for how data will be collected and/or generated, what those data will be, how they will be stored and backed up, how they will be secured and protected, what documentation strategies and standards will be used, how the data will be shared with collaborators, how they will be analyzed, what the plan is for data preservation beyond the life of the project, how and what data will be shared publicly, a plan for which is increasingly being required by sponsors and publishers, and who will be responsible for different parts of the plan. Depending on the scope of a specific project or program, this written data management plan can range from a short document that outlines the essential information for a specific project to a comprehensive collection of documents and databases that define a multi-year phased arc for the creation and management of data across multiple projects. UNM's Research Data Services program is available to support the development of effective and efficient data management plans for projects large and small. Researchers can be subject to multiple requirements regarding how long research data should be retained. These requirements can originate with research sponsors, professional associations, and research institutions. In practice, however, researchers will store data as long as they feel it is necessary. The University of New Mexico requires a minimum data retention period of 3 years. Requirements from funding agencies may vary. Data loss is irresponsible and often the result of poor management. Maintaining access for authorized people is crucial. What will become of a project or a lab's data if the data manager is gone? How can the project or lab gain access to data? To ensure continued access, researchers should always document how and where data are stored. They must store access information securely where the principal investigator, or PI, and research team can find it, and keep the team informed of how access is managed. At the University of New Mexico, we promote 4 principles for data management. First, manage where your data are stored. Confidential data, such as from human subject studies, must be stored in a manner that prevents unplanned disclosure. At UNM, electronic data and public access to UNM research data may be provided through UNM's digital repository, UNM's institutional membership in Dryad, a general-purpose data repository, or an appropriate disciplinary repository. Second, organize and structure your data in a standard and documented way. A strategy for data organization is to first separate data into high-level categories or folders, such as personal data, library data, and project data. Adopt documented and consistent folder and file naming conventions, and always place files in the correct locations on your own system or platform. Third, have tested backups. Data should be backed up both on and off-site, and periodically tested for validity. Throughout this process, it is important to maintain version control when a new version is created with each edit. That is, name files in a way to distinguish the latest, most current working version. And fourth, secure data to prevent unplanned disclosure, modification, or deletion. Security of data varies greatly and is one of a researcher's biggest challenges. Different types of data have different levels of security. For instance, when evaluating the risk and impact of unintended disclosure, public documents are considered low risk, commercially obtained or licensed documents are considered medium risk, and datasets containing personally identifiable information, finances, or human subject data are considered high risk. The consequences of unintended disclosure, modification, or deletion of data must be considered when assessing risk and developing data management practices. For high-security data, never store private or human research data on public online services, including Google Docs or Dropbox. Their security has been compromised from time to time. UNM has storage available that can meet a number of security needs. Options range from UNM's Office 365 OneDrive system for data with relatively low security requirements to UNM's secure SharePoint environment, which can be used for storing more sensitive data. Where you work on these files and how you transfer them between systems have a significant impact on security and associated risk. Working on files on a computer in a public place, such as a coffee shop, airport, or bus, over unsecure wireless networks poses significant risk, while working on a computer in a controlled space without a network connection poses minimal risk. Remember, data and data collection, management, ownership, and security are integral to research and many scholarly activities. It is your responsibility to do your best to collect data accurately, store it safely, and provide it responsibly. We encourage you to consult the data management team at UNM Libraries for additional information.